Krista! Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really? Because you seem a little...
I said I'm fine.
Okay, well, we all love you, so if you need to talk, we're...
She's fine. She's fine.
Hey everybody, it's Krista, and you're listening to I'm Fine with me, Krista Allen. I am, oh gosh, how come I start every single podcast with like a big sigh and then I'm like, ugh. I think it's like the way that everything is going. And look, okay, I'm going to go positive right now. Things are going so much better than they have been because good shit is happening and my dog is better and I'm moving into a new place and I'm getting happier and all this stuff. So that's really a good thing. And how I know that it's actually better is I got to my guest this week, who I'm really excited about. I don't know if I should introduce my guest or the book first. Okay. First I'll introduce the book and then I'll introduce the guest. So the book is one of my dearest, bestest friends ever on the face of the planet. It's a book that he has been touting to me for like the past 15 years. I think I read it 15 years ago when he told me, you need to get this book. Or as he would say it, you need to get this book. Is that your phone going crazy? Hold on. I haven't introduced you yet. Don't say anything. Anyway, the book is called The Verbally Abusive Relationship. That was the worst segue into this. I don't care. You guys are awesome. And thank you for listening. But this is a book that I was like, God, what book do you like the most? And he was like, this is the book that we should do. And I was like, yeah, that's true, because we've read it before and I know what it's about and everybody can relate to this. And I guess taking it all back around, if you guys haven't like deleted the podcast already, is that everything that's been going on in my life, it's not like there's like a bunch of verbally abusive stuff going on, but I do it to myself. We'll talk about that when we get to it, but I thought it would be a very appropriate book because all the shit that's happening, man, I beat myself up so much and I like kind of verbally abuse myself. So I think there's a whole other side to that, but that's not what this book's about. Anyway, I'm going to introduce my guest now. His name is Jonathan Michael Lovitz. Ooh. Jon Lovitz. I have to tell you, Jon has been, I guess, 25 years or something. We've been friends.
Well,
wait, I'm not done introducing you. And then, but he's
since 1993.
I wasn't even here in 93, 94. A whole year, 94, 95.
Well, 5 months before you got married the first time.
Right. Yes.
So when was that?
That was 96.
And you had short hair. And Marv Dower was your manager.
Marv Dower.
And you had short hair.
Wait, I'm not done introducing you.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, he's a comedian. He is a brilliant freaking actor. By the way, just want you guys to know, the first time I met Jon, it was outside the Four Seasons. I was with a manager. I see Jon Lovitz and I'm like, oh my God, it's Jon Lovitz. Was obsessed. I thought he was and I still do. He was just a great actor. You know, when you see people on screen and you're like, God, he's so good. That was how I felt about Jon. And I went up to Jon and I said, I am such a huge fan of yours. And Jon, what did you say to me?
I'm a big fan of yours.
I had just moved here and I was like, oh my God, friends for life. He's also, you guys may or may not know this, he's a phenomenal singer. He serenades me sometimes with the piano. And he is also a stand-up comedian. He's been doing it since like 2003. And he is all over the nation, all over the place, all over the world. He's everywhere. And literally one of the funniest guys. He's awesome. And I also want to add that he is the inspiration behind me even trying stand up, which he's been pushing for probably the past 10 years. And I finally started doing it, but he has literally been the wind beneath my wings in all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Lovitz. was that the?
Thank you.
Yeah. Was that
Thank
too
you,
long?
Krista.
Was it too much?
No, it was very flattering.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's my phone. Did you hear it? It was BB-8. Doo, 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 doo.
Oh,
Well,
I thought it was a bird in my house.
no, it's not a bird. It's BB-8. BB-8 is a droid. So we're gonna do this book, The Verbally Abusive Relationship. The reason that this book is so important, I think, to me and to you. Well, first of all, this is a book, I think it must have been, it was over 10 years ago when you told me about this book.
Yeah, it was written by Patricia Evans.
Right.
And I found it in the bookstore and it was about, oh my gosh, 17 years ago or 18 years ago. Because I was going through something with someone was doing that to me and I didn't know what to do. And I saw this book and I go, well, this is what's happening to me. And then on the back of the book, Oprah Winfrey goes, this may be the most important book ever written. But it made it very clear about, it said, the thing I remember most about it, I haven't read it in a long time, but it's that there's two, I have a funny story about it too, but they go, there's two kinds of relationships in life. So it goes, it's either, and then I said the name again, Patricia Evans wrote the book. It's great. So it says power, personal or power over. So a power personal relationship it's two people who have self-esteem and they treat each other with mutual respect and cooperation. And then the other relationship, which is abusive, is called power over, where a person has no self-esteem and the only way they can feel good about themselves is to have power over somebody else and dominate somebody else and be abusive. And so those you act, and it helps in acting too, but every relationship in life, every script you go, the relationship is either equal or one person's trying to dominate the other one.
Right.
And is succeeding or not, and the other one's fighting back.
Right.
And so it just made it very clear that if you're in the relationship where you're being abused, then you have to look at your part in it. And it has like these 11 things about, you have they go abuse is about crossing boundaries, and that's why it feels abusive. And so it's just stuff where, it makes you like kind of shocked when they say something mean. And so, but I remember because you could stand up for yourself. And the funny thing is,
Oh yeah, you have the funny
I read
story.
I read this book and it really made me, it was very difficult to read emotionally. Verbally abusive relationship. It's easy. It's not hard to understand, but if you're in this situation, and if you read it emotionally, it's very difficult to read because it's very painful because you realize the stuff that's happened to you in your past and how it's affected you. So but if you can get through it, it'll change your life. So, and you won't put up with it anymore.
Right.
And so about a month later after reading the book, I was in New York and a really good friend of mine, her best friend's husband was in New York and she said, hey, Jon, we're celebrating his birthday. You want to come to dinner? And I said, sure. So I go to this dinner and it's one of my best friends and one of her best friend's husband, who I was also friends with, and this other woman I don't want to mention, but anyway, I didn't know her, and she said, "Oh, we met before," and I said, "Oh, sorry, I don't remember." But I go, "Don't take it personal. My memory sucks." Anyway, for the next hour, she was just so rude to me, and whatever I said, and I couldn't say anything because it's my friend's friend. It's
You're in
his
a group of people.
It's the
you
four
can't
of
say
us.
fuck off.
I'm one of the four.
Yeah.
And it's his friend, but she just wouldn't stop. And finally, after an hour of this, I didn't know her. And I had enough. And I said, you know what? I said, I don't know what your problem is, but I'm not a receptacle for your anger. So take your low self-esteem and shove it up your ass.
Was that in front of everybody?
Yeah. And no one said anything. And then afterward,
she blew you.
No.
Oh.
No, she hugged me. She's a big fat lady. And she hugged me goodbye. And she goes, oh, you ever, and one more insult she got in. She goes, oh, I bet you've never felt boobs this real. I go, or this big. So then she left, and I said to my friend Lynn, I said, well, I'm sorry I said that, but she just wouldn't stop. And my friend Lynn said, no, you were 100% right.
Right.
She goes, and that's why we didn't say anything. She was horrible, and
right, because there are.
But no one
people
else
like
at the table said it. You think her friend would have said, "What's your stop already?"
Right.
Now I don't know why. I think she was. I don't know what her problem
Well,
was.
she could have either been drunk, she could have been whatever. She could have just been feeling like she needed to like do whatever she did. That's like her own shit, right? It has nothing to do with you, which is basically within this book. Like, so here's like, she goes through all of this stuff, and so here's what I know. I know that, so anytime, look, like they talk about verbally abusive things. It's like, so people that are verbally abusive, I feel like I had a verbally abusive mother and father and family in general. I feel like I got used to that. So that's what I knew in my life. It's very discreet, but it's like, it's a digging, it's a beating down, and you just start to believe these things about yourself when really it's about the other person. And so within this book, that's what she talks about. And it's very like, it'll be like, you'll say how you feel about something, and somebody will be like, no, that's not what happened. And no, that's not how you feel. Or no, I didn't do that. You did it. Or they get mad at you for feeling a certain way.
Well, they blame you for being abusive to you.
They're like, you're the reason I'm reacting to this. And you're the reason. If it wasn't for you. And then somebody like myself will go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then,
well, as a kid, you believe it. And then, and I grew up with that. And then for my father, he could be really nice, but he could also be very mean.
Will you tell them what he said about radio?
About what?
You should do radio. You remember that?
No. He said, you can't be an actor with that face. I told that to George Siegel, the actor, and he looked at me and goes, and it's his face. No, it was he was talking about himself.
Yeah.
And, but he was very, I don't get too into. I don't really feel like slamming my dad.
No. It's not a slamming thing. It's just
but
like
he
what
would,
you
But he
believed.
would do it, and people said, "Well, that's why you made it because he was hard on you." And I said, "No." People, they go, "Oh, abuse is good for you. That's why you made it." It's like, no. I would have made it sooner. I go, it's like I'm trying to get somewhere, and I have this anchor, and I'm dragging it.
Right,
and it doesn't help anything, and they only feel good because what happens is they have no self-esteem, and then they have this anger. This in the book, it builds up and builds up and builds up inside. And then like every 3 days, they just explode on you because they have this tension inside of them. By the way, this is all in the book. I'm just repeating what the book said.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why they do it. And so the tension builds up and they have to have a release. So they explode on you, and then they feel better. And then they're looking at you like, "Well, let's go eat." And you're like, "What?"
Right.
And you're like,
yeah.
And you go, "What do you mean go eat?" They go, "What's wrong? Oh, you're still upset about that? Get over it."
Yes.
And they feel better. But as soon as they release that tension, it builds back. It starts building back up again. So that's why it keeps happening over and over.
Well, and the other person gets smaller and smaller, which is what she talks about too, is the other person starts to get smaller and smaller and starts to doubt their own self-worth. So, and when it happens as a child, so here's the deal. This is like, so everybody that listens to my podcast, which by the way, thank you so much, guys. We got to 20,000 downloads last week.
Yeah. By the way, this book is written from the point of view of men that are being verbally abusive to women. But in the book, she says, you can switch the sexes. It doesn't matter.
Right.
If this is being done to you, it could be done to you by your parents, your wife, your boss, a friend, anybody.
Yeah, it's with anything. However, here's the deal. And this is why I was excited to do this book. So when I first read this book years and years ago, I had not really evolved to the place where I consider that I am now, which is looking at things from not such a victim mentality and that the world is against me, and more so that my belief system and the thoughts that I keep thinking are absolutely creating things in my life. So that's where I am right now. Okay.
Yes.
So had I read this book in the beginning, it's helpful because just like any support group, or if somebody's like, I need to go to a support group to get help with this or whatever it is, it's very helpful to find balance. And it's comforting to know that you're not the only one that feels this way. And there's all this pain and intensity because you're at this level where you just want to know that other people understand what you're going through. And this book is great for that. It gives, it's an advantage because it gives you a place to be and it gives you a place to feel comfortable and not feel alone. So it's a good first step for anybody that is not like at a place or even quite understands. There's an accountability on both ends. People that want a little empathy, which has been my thing for a long time, because as I've very openly said, I've run the victim card my whole life and didn't even know it. But internally,
I did.
I know.
Kept telling you.
I know. He's like, dude, you're a victim. I'm like, I am not. Now I am. No.
Well, but the thing is, when you're a kid, if it's done to you as a kid, you believe it. And then as my sister said to me one day, she said, well, just because your parents said that to you doesn't mean it's true.
But that doesn't matter.
But
But
that never occurs in your head. No, but that's a good thing to remember. You go, oh, just because they said it doesn't mean it's true. And my mother, though, was never that way, ever. Never cut me down, always positive. But my father was that way. And then you realize because it was done to him. And then why? Because it was done to him by his parents, grandparents, and on and on. But we're only as good as what we're only like, okay, think about the kids today, right? How smart are those motherfuckers? Look at my kid. Look at most people's kids. There's like 5-year-olds that are like even the actors, the kid, they're brilliant, brilliant. Because we have this whole, it just keeps evolving because we're coming from this. You are better than your mom and dad. I am better than my mom and dad. My son is better than me. His kid, it'll keep evolving because I don't think I'm better than them or emotionally better. I just think.
Yes, you are, because you would never look at your child if you had one. You would never look at your child and say certain things that happen that you know where you were because you understand what that is.
The problem is that some people, they keep doing it to their kids, and your parents say, well, I had it done to me much worse.
Yeah,
and
but that's just not an evolved person. So I think that's just not an evolved person.
It's also in the book though that they would have to, for them to stop behaving that way and being abusive, they'd have to look at themselves.
They have to be accountable.
And then go through all the pain that they went through. And so if you're not willing to do that, you'll never change. But this book makes you go through it, but you come out on the other end.
But here's the thing. And yes, I get it.
What thing?
Yeah, there's a thing. Do you know, by the way, I realized I say, here's the thing all the time. This podcast should actually be called,
do you think you're Alec Baldwin now?
Is that what he says?
That's the name of his podcast.
Oh, I didn't even know.
No, but I do a joke about that because if you ever want to convince someone that you're an expert in an area, you just say, here's the thing.
Really? I didn't even know that.
And then everyone goes, what is it?
Oh my God. I have some internal knowing of this secret that I didn't even know. Here's the thing is I say it all the time. I'm kind of a badass.
Well, maybe you do know the thing.
No, I do. But this is what I'm going to say. This book is great. Here's the thing. See how I did that in there? Yeah. Okay. I think that so for myself, I came from a family that was really super broken. Really, I left for the first time when I was 13 years old. I lived on the streets. I did my thing. I had a crazy thing. Now, I don't hate my family. I'm not close with any of them. I disconnected myself from them a long time ago. My son is my family. You are my family. The people that I love that are in my life my family, right? But there was a running belief system my entire life that I either wasn't enough or this, and we have talked about this so many times. Yeah. But at this place in my life right now, what has happened, this last relationship that I had, I swear to God, I thought I was like, this was like the guy that I really swear to God, I was like, I wanted it so badly. I wanted it so badly because it was just, oh God, it was just like the dream and it was so great. But honestly, it just, we weren't at the same place. And there was a little bit of like,
But he was a friend of yours, right?
yeah, he was, but he was like everything, it was everything. And he just didn't seem like he was into it. And the more that I wanted to like make it happen, or not even make it happen, the more that I tried to understand or like try to go, hey, what are you doing? Like, hi, I'm right here. The more he would pull away. However, that has been my story as long as you know from any relationship, right? So there's this pattern. And within that,
Well, yeah, the pattern is you go after people that are emotionally unavailable.
Constantly.
And the reason why is because people do that because they grow up with someone that in their parents, whatever, is unavailable emotionally. So, so you do that, and then
to try to heal it or something.
Well, it's that, to fix them, but it's also because if they're unemotionally available, then you don't have to get close to them, and you can't be vulnerable and get hurt, but you end up getting hurt anyway. But another thing I read on another website, because I'm always trying to learn, understand or grow or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But anyway, or have a problem. I'm like, what's that?
Yeah, me too.
And so the website said the bottom line is you have to redefine your definition of love. Like, in other words, love is not someone who's abusive. Love is not somebody who's really nice to you for 3 months and then they're abusive and unemotionally available. And that's like the most addictive thing you can do to somebody, is be totally there for them and everything's great. And then you pull back. And then when you pull back, now you've got the power and you've got the other person coming after you constantly. And you're like, well, I'll give you little morsels here and there to make you feel good.
Right. But I'm going to blow your mind. Your mind, I said. Your mind, Jon.
Well, my mind is in my head. My mind is in my head.
Anyway, Jon.
Well, you're not paying me. You got to do something.
So here,
hashtag me too. Can't say that anymore.
Oh, hashtag me too. So here's the thing. God, I was just about to say something. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Guess where I am right now. Guess where I am with what you just said. I have my entire freaking life put it on the other person, just like this book, the verbally abusive. Yes, there is verbally abusive people out there. I'm going to go on a rant. I'm going to get on my soapbox right now. Here we go. And I'm on it. I'm looking at it and going, you know what? We people create this shit in our life because of our belief systems. Yes. Do we see these things that are happening? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we sure do. But do we stay in it? Yep. Hi, I'm waving. That's me. I will stay in stuff knowing full well that it is absolutely time for me to go. Why? Because it doesn't feel good. And I know it doesn't feel good.
You stay because it doesn't.
No, I stay even though it doesn't feel good.
But why?
Because there is a resistance in what I want and what I don't want. And because I focus on the conditions, just hear me out. If I focus on the conditions of what is happening, let's take the last relationship where I was like, God, he talks about me to people. He's not there. He's not showing up. I would consistently talk about it and then try to change it. But my focus was on the condition of what was happening, as opposed to, you know what? This is what I want. He's not a bad dude. He's just not right for me. Instead of taking the high road and being accountable for myself and going, you know what? We're just not on the same page. I went, God, I have to do this, or I'm going to try even harder. And I would always set myself up, which in turn makes the other person go, whoa, like it just wasn't working. He was not the right person at all. Love of my life. However, because I thought maybe there were so many other qualities that I loved, but he wasn't in it. Like he had all kinds of other shit going on. You know what I mean? Like, so all kinds of stuff going on that I was like, and I would hear about it from friends, and then I would confront, and then it would get twisted, kind of in this, like what this book talks about, where it was like, it would get twisted around, and I would go, I don't know. Like I always felt like I was, or he would say, you're crazy. And I'd go, I don't think I am. I think I'm really trying to understand, and I would constantly, like we've talked about it. Like I would constantly feel like I was less than, and I would try to make excuses for it and go, oh no,
But saying you're crazy is abusive.
right. Well, yeah. And there were other, like he would, and then he would say, he would blow up, and then he would come back 20 minutes later, go, I'm sorry. And I'd cry and I'd be like, what is going on? It wasn't him being bad. It was us not being right. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
there
could be nothing wrong, but he couldn't give you what you wanted.
Well, and I couldn't give him what he wanted, which was, you know, like, I don't even know, honestly, to this day, there was not much communication on that side. I would talk incessantly. Can you imagine?
Yes.
I wouldn't shut up. And he'd be
I don't
like,
have to imagine.
God, I don't shut up. But it's like, I don't know. I guess that's why I have a podcast. Hi, hey, what?
Well, but if the thing is, if the other person's not talking, then it would make you talk more.
Or yes, or not getting the confirmation of whatever it was. Like if I'd say, I think you're amazing and wonderful, and I want to be with you forever, and I love you, and it was silence, then all of a sudden I'd be like, I mean,
well, then you should be like, okay, well, I gotta go.
And I wouldn't, and that was on me. And we can look at that as, let's say we look at that as verbally abusive or non-verbally abusive, because part of the verbally abusive is cutting off anything.
But not saying anything is also abusive. Just being silent and not communicating.
Is it abusive?
And letting the other person just spin.
No,
yes,
but here's the deal.
is.
No, but it's that person.
Yes.
No, but it's that person, but it's my reality that I'm creating. And I have to take accountability for the fact that my belief system created all of this, because it's exactly what I have believed. Jon, you've known me for so long. I've been divorced twice. I have had a really long term. I never have short-term relationships. I can count the number of guys I've slept with on two hands. I stay in relationships way too long. I can't leave them, even when I'm asked to by a judge. Okay.
Yeah,
that was a stand-up
when he said you're crazy?
Yeah, no, that was a stand-up joke I have. What's up? No, you have to take accountability, and the beautiful quality.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's good that you live.
But you don't have to. But you get to a point where you do, and where I would go into this victim mode was going, God, why won't this guy show up? What is happening? And in his end, he's probably like, Jesus, why does she need me so much? And I'm like, I don't know. I just got broken into. It'd be really great if you were here. I can't move my dog. Please come spend the night. You know, whatever it is, like whatever was going on. And whatever was going on the other side, he wasn't in that capacity to go, I need to be here. And that's not what I want.
But the point is that you stay because you can't get close to someone like that. And if you can't get close, you can't get hurt.
Get close. Well,
but you keep picking people that aren't available for you to get close.
I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to.
So that's what it says. You have to redefine your definition of what love is.
Yes.
Unavailability is not love.
Right. But guess what? Oh, that's what I was going to say. I have such ADHD. This is what I was going to say. It's redefining my definition of love starts with me. It starts with me. And I have always gone to relationships, and I don't know if anybody else out there does this, and maybe you guys are either on one side or the other, but I'm the girl that's on the side that literally looks to someone else, because the more love I give, the more I feel better about myself. But it's not even real, because my connection to my, let's call it inner being, to source, to God, whatever, is the most important thing, because without that, I'm dependent on other people to quote unquote make me feel, loved. As long as I feel like that about myself, it doesn't matter what the heck is going on. And I could see things a mile away instead of going, no, I really have to make this one work because of what I want, because I'm like, no, but whatever. I would have been able to be out of this the first couple of weeks. You know what I mean? I would have been like, whoa, no, this isn't working. But I don't do that, because I go, no, this,
well,
the more struggle.
Why do you do that?
Because there was a belief system that I had that I was like, there's a belief system that if I could get, did you hear that wind? Woo.
Yeah.
It's just rainy and windy. That's not wind. Anyway, nobody's going to hear it. They're not going to know what we're talking about. So there's like this belief system that it was like, all it is it comes from a old belief system of I'm not enoughness. And a lot of people have that.
Right.
I mean, we all have that where we look at things and we go, oh no, I'm going to paint the red flags white. It's a red flag and you're like, no, I'll save you. Paint it white or whatever it is. We do that. We're human.
I do that. Yeah.
You totally do. And that's
all right.
Yes.
I just admitted it.
I know. I just had to like dig it in because you have dug in a few little things that I've said and been like, yeah. That was just payback because it's a podcast. We're crying right now. So I think, so with this book.
You think you stay in a relationship too long? Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You can't leave them.
Really?
Yes.
But the verbally abusive relationship, by the way, one thing that's great in the book, it says, these are the things you have a right to. And it gives you a list of 11 things of you have the right to respect. You have the right to this. You have to read the book.
Of course.
But to me, the book was great because it was like, it literally, the woman who wrote it is a psychologist or psychiatrist. I'm not sure, but
right.
I think she's a psychiatrist. But it's like she goes inside your mind and then says, all right, it's like going to your house and let me rearrange everything so everything works.
Yes.
And she's like, this goes over here, and this goes over here. So the things that you believe about yourself that were, say, negative and wrong, she says, hey, to have a different belief system. Yeah. But here's the deal. So, but I mean, the book's helped millions of people. That's the main point.
It has helped millions of people, but I want to go to a next level on it. And I'm saying that it goes into this place where it's like, this is a great foundation. This book is a great foundation for people like myself that have been in, okay, I just said like myself and I put my hand on my heart, like myself. And because I touched my boobs, John's eyes just bugged out of his head.
Yeah, but you're
did I rub it? What did I do? God.
Such a damn tease.
Whatever.
First of all, your heart's on your left side. So you didn't put your hand on your heart. You put it on your boob.
Chest. No, my chest. I was on my chest.
Yeah,
my boobs are big.
But
I can't just
cupped it. Thus my eyes grew. Show me what you did. I'll tell you if you did.
I went like this. That's what I know. Yes. I wish you guys could see this because I actually did completely cut my hand around my boob.
I wasn't looking.
Anyway, so here's this thing with this book.
Hashtag give two.
Yeah, I do. I'm not. I have the microphone in my other hand. I can't do it. Oh, this one? Okay, got it. Oh, Jon and his boobs. I mean, not his. Anyway.
Hashtag Krista has two.
Yeah. That's the name of this episode. Krista has two.
Hey, let me ask you this question, because I'm sure a lot of guys and people, I think like this. I go, you're so pretty and beautiful. What's the problem? Maybe that sounds shallow, but that's really what I think. I go, imagine if you were ugly.
No, you can just stop right there.
No, but it's true.
No. If a guy says to me, you're so pretty and beautiful, why are you single? I say it's because there's men like you that thinks that's all it takes to be in a relationship. Like you can't, that's not what they mean. It means like you could meet, you would be meeting millions of different people. No. Now that's complete lack of accountability in every way. You know me well enough to know that I have a series of things that have gone on in my life. So there's like all of this stuff that has happened and I have come out pretty freaking good. And my biggest Achilles heel is that I want to be loved back so badly. I want to be loved back. I want to feel safe and cherished, and I want somebody that's loyal and that loves
but
me
then
and adores
if that's
me.
true, why do you keep picking people that can't give you that?
Because in my vibration of how I feel and what I know and the resistance, I have two engines on the same train. I know what I want, but I'm just focusing on what I don't want because it's the story that I beat the drum of. This guy did this. That's what I've been doing. So all that can come into my life is what I don't want. However, if I go over to the other side and I start, which I'm doing now, this last relationship has catapulted me into a place where I'm like, I will never fucking do that again, ever. Like ever. It won't exist in me anymore. There is a strength and a power that has come out of this, and it's because of this dude. I literally got so low because I loved so deeply and wasn't getting it back, and it literally hurt so badly that took me into a place where I had to be so accountable and go, my God, of course this is happening. All I'm doing is focusing on the condition of what is and talking about it over and over. So the only thing that's being triggered and activated in my life is the fact that I'm not feeling loved and there's a disloyal person and somebody's talking about me or they don't love me enough or whatever it is. Even though on this guy's end, he's probably like, oh, I mean, he just wasn't, whatever. I just attracted somebody that was not even remotely ready for me.
Yeah, but weren't you were friends with him for years, right?
Yeah, but that's a different thing. Once you go friends and then you go someplace else, it's a totally different thing. I knew who he was. I just was like, this is going to be the guy I grow old and disgusting with. I'm going to be with him till the day I die. Like, that's it. Like, I am so excited. What I realized though, is that he had his own set of belief systems.
But it sounds like there's a
girlfriend for him is
complete
like
lack
not
of
good.
communication.
Right. Well, on
No
too much
talking.
too much communication on my end, too much deepness, and not enough on the other end. That was like, just wanting to even understanding what I was talking about. So
the hardest lesson I had to learn was you can't save someone, you can't fix them, you can't change them, you can't rescue them. You just and the biggest lesson I learned, and it's not your job.
Right, exactly. Well,
so that's helped me.
Look, that's
degree.
helped me. It's like right, because it does help us. It's like, tell everybody you know that my happiness depends on me and you're off the hook. Like, honestly, that's what I've learned from this. My happiness depends on me. You're off the hook. Like, be happy no matter what you're doing.
I read this article. It was about people, 10 men who would become billionaires. They were self-made. And they said, well, now that you're a billionaire, what have you learned? And I don't remember what any of them said except for one guy. And he said, I learned happiness is a choice. And he was saying, without saying it, he was saying, I thought the money was the thing that was going to do it. And no, that it's me. Of course, I grew up nice, but after college, my dad said, you're on your own. So I was living month to month on like $600 a month for 7 years. And, if you don't have money, that's all you think about because you go, I got to eat. I have to pay my rent. It's all, you don't have the luxury of going, philosophizing about life, but I was in Fiji and at least there's no infrastructure. They can't make money. There's nothing. So I did a movie there and they had a guy drive me around from Fiji and he was like, well, we can't make a lot of money. We're just going to be poor. So what we do is we help each other and, and they're the happiest people ever. And the guy said to me, like, for example, if I have a dog, it's not just my dog, it's my dog and it's my neighbor's dog. Or they go, if someone comes over and goes, can I have a cup of sugar or whatever? That's what they always say. They go, a cup of sugar. You go, yeah, here you go. And I asked a woman there, why are you guys like that? She goes, well, you have to be, you have to give to receive.
Right. But
And their
I
whole
love that you said it with an
philosophy is that-
accent.
Huh?
I love that you said it with an accent.
So that's because
You'll
she
have to
said it
give
with
to
an accent.
receive.
You have to give to receive.
Right.
And so, but they're beautiful people and they have a great sense of humor, but they don't have anything. So I walked by, and so we were driving by all these homes and stuff, but I mean, they weren't like home, they looked like shacks. I mean, they're like cement and they looked really poor. I go, well, are those people really poor? Do you look at it? He goes, and he said, well, that's not how we look at it. I said, well, how do you look at it? He goes, well, if you have enough to eat and you have clothes on your, shirt
I'd
on your
never
back,
survive there.
then you're fine.
Nope.
No,
not
it's
fine.
beautiful.
Nope. Don't want to live in a shack. Don't want to
Well,
be
they
like,
don't live.
that's
They
enough.
live in a,
Nope.
it's cement, but they.
Nope.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's
Nope.
it's they had to make the choice
Well,
to be.
but they have not also seen the other side. So there's.
No, they see it because there's all these resorts there, and there's
But they haven't
people
lived
with
it.
money coming by. No, they see it.
But they also have their own belief system that that's not a good thing. And I will say this: people
No, it's
can
not.
be
They
happy.
don't think it's not a good thing. They don't have a choice.
Right. That's what I'm
They
saying.
can't make money there.
But
There's no
course.
infrastructure. So then
Right.
they got to go. Well, how are we going to live our life? Miserable because
Well, they
or-
make the choice to be happy on whatever. But I'm saying everybody in this freaking world, if they shift their vibration and they go to a place where they're like, you know what, this is what I want. I am not going to focus on the lack of.
Well, I'm not like a flower child. What do you mean shift your vibration? That's very like
Is that
hippie,
I say it all the time.
Hippie 60s.
Vibration. No,
What
that's
does
not
it even
60s. It
mean?
is so 2018. Shift your vibration means, okay, so we vibrate at different levels, right? So let's say I was like really depressed, just really depressed. You've seen me depressed a lot. I say I was really depressed and then I get to a place where I'm hopeful. That's a higher vibration than depressed, right? So the whole purpose in life is to feel good. So even within this book of the verbally abusive relationship, when it's like the thing about this book, if I would have read it when I did 15 years ago, when you gave it to me, I would have been like, wow, this is amazing because it's a great stepping
You
stone.
didn't read it then?
I did read it and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. It was awesome. It was awesome. But then because I have ADHD and I don't remember anything, I forgot about it. But I mean, the things were there.
Well, ADHD is not about memory.
What is it about? It's about
It's attention deficit disorder.
squirrel. Yeah. Okay. But wait, what was I
And
saying?
I have it too.
No, but I'm saying
That's
you
why
were
this,
asking me
this
about vibration.
podcast is, anyone listening to is going to get a headache.
No, they're not. They're used to it. Because I'm the host. It's me,
Oh.
Krista Allen. But wait, listen. So, so here's the deal. So, what was I saying, John? You made
Vibrations.
vibrations.
Accountability. I didn't make you anything.
No,
Accountability.
that's right. You didn't. I did it myself because I've created this circumstance where I had to be accountable for my ADHD. I did not just touch my boobs again. I pointed to the middle of my chest.
I know, but you missed.
Anyway, here's the deal. Here's the thing.
Yes, Alec Baldwin.
No, I love it. I want to do Alec Baldwin's podcast. Can everybody like email Alec? And
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Okay, no, but vibrationally, we have our whole point in life is to feel good. And what we do oftentimes is we make other people responsible for us feeling good, which as far as the verbally abusive relationship when I did read this a long time ago, it made sense, but I was still kind of angry and whatever. And I wasn't able to dive very deep in it. But when I look back at it now, I go, because it goes, we can spot how you're in a verbally abusive relationship. And all I want to say is I can clear all of this shit up in 2 seconds. How do you feel when you're in the relationship? Do you feel good? Yeah. Stay with it. You feel bad? Okay. Maybe it's
I
not.
told you that a long time ago.
You did?
Yes.
Oh,
You're just repeating it.
wait, I didn't.
And I didn't make it up. I learned it somewhere.
But I didn't know that. Wait, when did you say that?
Years ago. You just go by if it, or some book I read. If it,
That's a
I said
vibration,
it to you.
John.
I said if it, You just make it simple. You don't. You just go. If it feels good, it's exactly what you just said.
Right,
If it
but
feels good,
you
great.
have
If it
to
doesn't,
understand the
that's it.
science behind it. But but just to say that to somebody that doesn't have
You're a vibration. Put that away.
I will say this. I did not understand that. If you said that to me at some point, I think I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I get it now. Like I get that I
And you're
need
gonna
to
get it later.
That was creepy. He's like, that was not like that was like, you're gonna punch me.
Yes, in a way.
Oh my God. This is like my big brother that's always wanted to fuck me. That's what it's like.
Like.
Not to be confused with my big brother that's always wanted to fuck me.
Like. I mean, like.
Whatever. He's harmless. The look. Wait.
This is Krista.
We were.
Just because you're beautiful, it's a burden. I go.
I never said it's a burden.
Isn't it?
No.
Like me personally, I'm like hung like a horse. I'm telling you, it's a burden.
Tell your joke about the bar. Do it.
Oh, that we're in my house in Los Angeles. My dick's at the bar at the Mandalay Bay. No, I don't know. I don't know if it's big or not. It's a dumb thing to say if it isn't. You know what I mean? Because then the woman will go, hello, it's not. You know, so it's a dumb lie.
I don't know.
I would never lie about that, Krista. But the
John's
point
been
is,
telling me this for 23 years.
I don't know. No, I don't know if it's big. I know this. I was standing next to a horse the other day, completely nude, and the horse said, damn.
I just snorted. I hate when I do that.
I'm
Anyway.
joking. It was in North Carolina. The horse said, damn.
Okay, so John has a big dick, and not sure what I have. ADHD. At the end of the day,
Well, we each have our issues.
right? But at the end of the day, here's what I know.
Krista, look out.
I know you're giving me a beating.
No,
Oh,
that was my dick flying over your head.
I didn't even get that. That was your dick flying over my head.
Look out.
Whoa! Hey, what's that? Whoa! Jeez. Whew. Wow. I don't even know. We're both looking up in the sky like, okay. So wait, let me finish.
Well, if we're being so honest that I'm like your big brother always wanting to fuck you. You're like this girl that's like too afraid to sleep with me because then you'll get close.
Too afraid.
And have a
No.
giant orgasm.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, what about that?
Is that what that is?
That's what your
That
dog
is-
told me.
No, my dog is on drugs and he can barely walk and he's 12, which means he's senile. So don't listen to my dog.
This is you. Oh, John, he's handsome, funny, and rich. Run.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hung. Oh, John, he's handsome, funny.
No, I went
charming.
I was going for the
hung.
handsome, funny,
Always
hot,
nice
hung
to
guys.
me. Run.
Yeah, I've done that.
Run.
I tried to go with that. I went for something
John.
different this time.
Split me up the middle. Run. Hashtag me too.
Oh my God.
Well, you want people to listen to this.
Yeah, I'm going to put that on the thing. I don't know. So after dinner, we'll see what happens.
We'll give it a go.
We'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. I mean, as friends, obviously,
Yeah.
you know.
I know you. This is Krista. Oh, John, I don't want to ruin our friendship. And I say, you know what? Could we just ruin it for 5 minutes?
It's all it takes for
Just
John.
completely destroy it.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, that wouldn't take long. That's a compliment to you.
I know. Thank you. That is really sweet.
Yeah, that would be a compliment. You go, what happened? It was so quick. It's a compliment.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, well, of course that's what it is.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a
Then
compliment.
you wait 20 minutes and you go again.
Oh, that makes up for it.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
I that makes up for it. Okay, we're not talking about sex, John. We're talking about this book, and I was getting really deep. No sexual innuendo with deep. Did I say innuendo right? Innuendo?
Yeah, this is you.
It's like
No
it's in the
sexual.
window.
You go, we're getting in deep and no sexual in your endo.
Oh, in your endo. Right.
Deep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to do that.
No.
Nope.
Sorry. Because my
I know
son's
that's
going to
your
listen to
little
this. By the way,
fantasy.
I was over here and Jake was like, where are you going? I was like, oh, I'm going to John's to do the podcast. He's like, oh my God, I can't wait to listen to it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Well, don't mention your Krista ITB Allen.
ITB?
Mm-hmm.
I take it in the butt. Oh my God. Whatever.
Yeah, that's her nickname in show business.
That's what people say.
ITB Allen.
That's me in the butt. Can we name that the episode? That's ITB.
That should be the name of your podcast.
Just ITB in the butt.
Here's the thing in the butt.
Okay, I'm going to change it. I'm fine.
What do you want to talk about now?
I want to talk about wrapping this shit up because you've now talked about sex stuff and it's been super awkward. And
You brought it up.
No, you did.
Yeah, go back and listen.
Yeah, I will. It was you looking because I put my hand.
Yeah, I'm not the one grabbing my balls. You're grabbing your breast.
Wasn't trying to grab my breast, but because you're perverted.
You
because you're perverted, I put my hand on my chest and you're like, you're cupping your belly, but I didn't. And then we got into this thing and your eyes got big because you're doing that thing and that's what you do.
Because of me.
And then you started saying that I liked it in the butt.
Wait a minute. So because of me, you put your hand on your breast. Victim.
No.
Victim. Accountability.
Fine. You win, John.
I'm not even.
You win.
I can stick my arm out. Oh.
Whatever.
Wait, one more time.
Wait, can we just do this?
So
I know it's
close.
so close. So close. I don't even know. Can we just go back to ending all
Yes,
of this?
if you can stop jiggling your hooters.
I'm not jiggling my hooters.
You were.
God, he's just, I don't know.
I swear to God.
I don't even know what's going on.
I don't think she can hear.
I wasn't doing anything. I was saying, listen, guys, you have to listen to me. He wasn't doing that. I swear to God, I wasn't.
I'm sitting in a chair 5 feet away from you.
I was not doing that. You cannot tell me that I did. You're so verbally abusive.
Oh, please.
Okay.
All I can say is that from that jiggling, your boobs are still vibrating. It's in vibration.
Okay, good.
And milk.
And you never let me finish my vibration
Go ahead
thing.
and milk.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
remember. I'm not going to milk.
I'm just saying they're vibrating so hard. There's milk
Not.
flowing out.
No, that's not milk. That's coming from your side, not milk.
Oh.
No. What?
What's wrong with you?
I know. It's so weird. Jack just
Sometimes
farted.
you're so immature. It's ridiculous. Milk.
Did you call me a MILF? No.
Well, you are.
I hate that word. I hate that word.
I didn't make it up.
I hate it. But you know what? There are worse things than being called a MILF.
What about a filth?
No, like not being
You know what
called a
that is?
MILF.
Filth.
A father?
Friend.
I'd like to. Oh my God, you're so ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Can we get back to the vibration?
What the hell do you think I said when I'm a fan of yours? Why do you think I said I'm a fan of yours?
That
I
was
didn't
23
know you.
years ago.
Yeah, well, why do you think I said it?
I don't know, because my
guess.
boobies were vibrating. Well, no, because at that time I was just some young girl and you were like some dude.
Beautiful,
and-
sparkly eyes.
Yeah, that's right. And now it's fucking dull because I'm going through a breakup and I have a heartache. And I just want this guy to come back and be like, I'm here and I'm going to be everything
You're going
you want
through
me
a
to
breakup.
be.
That was like months ago.
No, we got back together. We'll
Oh.
talk about that later.
Jesus.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, I stayed in relationships way longer than I should.
Wait a minute. So you broke up. When did you break up again?
I don't want to talk about it. Just like
You
after
just brought
after
it
the
up.
breakup. After the break-in, after the break-in.
Well, we had lunch
And I was devastated.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love him so much and I don't know what to do. And you're like, you're going to be fine. And I was like, okay, he's great. Da, da, da. And then I don't know, we got back together, but then there was like a bunch of other things that happened and I was just like, I don't know. And then he just didn't like me very much. Honestly, he didn't like me. And that's what was going on. So anyway,
What?
so no, I'm just like, he just wasn't like, he didn't seem to like me very much. And that's the best way to
you were
put it.
friends.
No, but like I think he loved me, but he just didn't want anything to do with me, honestly. Like it was just weird.
Did
like,
he say that?
But he would like try to break up with me and then he'd come back and then I would get so confused.
Well, that's called come here, go away.
Yeah. It just was awful. And all I wanted to do
That's
was,
another book. A priest wrote a book about that. Did you know that?
Is that a joke?
No, it's true.
Is it about altar boys?
No,
Oh.
I'm telling you. It's about men and women, and they get close, and then they pull apart, and they get close and pull apart, back and forth. It's called "Come Here, Go Away."
Right.
I'm not kidding.
Well, no, that is like the thing. Your cat's getting into something. The cat is eating our Chinese food that Jon so sweetly bought for us. We're like at 55 minutes. We're good.
Krista, I had a lot of fun doing your podcast. I am shocked that you're completely naked right now.
Did you have to say that out loud?
No, but I think it's time to eat.
Oh my God. Jesus. If you could see Jon's face and the pride he has after that joke, you
So stupid.
You're so dumb. Kitty, get out of the vegetables. Can you tell everybody what I got for dinner?
No, because it's not appropriate for this podcast.
I got steamed vegetables and brown rice.
Can I tell everybody what you're getting for dessert?
Oh my God. Where can people find you on social media?
At
Jon
Real
Lovitz.
Jon Lovitz on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's good. My Instagram, but I don't have a lot of pictures on Instagram.
Which is what? You don't do Instagram. You're a big Twitter dude.
John, and then a lowercase line, and then Lovitz. But there's a picture of my dog.
Okay. So they're going to find you. I love you.
I love you too. Why do we have to keep this charade up? Why do we have to keep our relationship secret?
Oh my God.
We have 2 kids. Jesus Christ.
I know. All right, guys, we're going to go. We're going to go eat Chinese food now. That's all we're going to do.
We're going to go eat Chinese food. And as you know, Chinese food is code for
I am sitting here with somebody that has one of the coolest podcasts. Can you say hi?
Hey everyone, it's me, Zen Zenith.
That's Zen. Zen, tell everybody about your podcast.
Yeah, my podcast is called The House Show Show, and it's a live concert and event series plus a podcast. So we actually do the whole thing live and then record it to be digested in your car or wherever you want to be. And it's musicians who come on, they sing their songs. I sit down and have conversations with them and really get to the heart of who each artist is and how that relates to their music.
Like when they lost their virginity.
Right, exactly.
Things like
That's
that.
usually my first question.
The important stuff. Oh my God. No, it's really cool. I've heard the show. You're great. It's
Thank you.
awesome. I love
Aw.
it. It's such a great concept. I hope everybody out there listens to it. Where can they find you?
They can find us online at thehouseshowshow.com and on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, anywhere that podcasts are found.
Awesome.
It's Dragon Wagon.